Okay, so on the play. Yeah, this looks fine. The question is what I fetch here. I think I just fetch... yeah. Just fetch a Savannah. I think this hand is definitely Wasteland resilient enough with the Hierarch that I don't need to worry too much. I guess I should have considered that if he, like, forced my Hierarch plus Wastelands, I get kind of got, but... Ooh, right off the bat. This gets interesting. Yep. Okay. So, I think the right play is not get dazed. Let's get a green red. I actually think I just want to get Batterskull because I'm like pretty reasonably going to resolve that card this game. Force of Will. If that's the case, I like doing this now. It's kind of crappy if he has days, but okay, that works. Just like if I let him draw the force, I'm just not going to swords if it or get to resolve swords if it matters. So that just seems absolutely terrible. Okay. So my next turn is going to be Caracas, Thalia leaving up Caracas. No shuffles. He has a known force in hand. What just happened? Oh, bolt. Sure. Okay, so if that's the case... So the question is, do I play around Nah. I could play around Forked Bolt, but I'd rather just land this and put him into a board state where, like... I guess, like, he's already used a bolt, was my thought. I guess if he has another bolt, that's kind of awkward for me with the ooze. I guess the real thought is that I want to stick the ooze, and I need to turn off his force by resolving the Thalia first. And that was my window to do so. Okay. I guess that guy's the one that draws the forked bolt there. I guess I also want to try to cast this knight because it's not like my opening gets better by waiting. Like he's just gonna have mana up for the rest of the game because he is Delver. Um, and at this point he's like somewhat choked, so there's a chance that the card I catch is actually good if he's forced to force here. Which implies that he's about to cruise. I don't want to fetch because I do not want to get, or I actually want to draw a land, sorry, because of the Batter Skull in my hand. Sure. Well, he doesn't have a cruise, or he would have done that. Sweet. That was the land I was going to do anyways. Attack first so he doesn't have info. It's not like he has good blocks anyways. I think I want to get another Savannah. Let's think about this. So more white sources. It doesn't really matter too much there. I guess the second red source is like a little better. Though I guess with Grove I should be having enough red. Like if I get to the point where I'm looping fires, I should have a Grove. Should be enough. Just get the Taiga. And if yeah, at this point if his last card's a cruise and he didn't cast it last turn, I'm kind of confused. Maybe he just doesn't know the interaction there. Oh gosh, is his last card a Daze? That would be brutal. I didn't really think about that. I guess the thing is that it's probably not a Daze because he pitched a Brainstorm to the Force instead of a Daze. Kind of interested as to why he didn't cruise. Maybe he just doesn't know, but you can pay for Thalia with Delve. He could have gotten another guy. Maybe done something more with his mana this turn. Yeah. I guess the next question, I don't really have a reason to re-equip the Batter Skull next turn. He's probably going to kill the Thalia here. Oh boy. That's also pretty good. I also don't mind that. I think I want to shove with the Thalia and the Skull. I don't want to shove with the Thalia. Because I should have tried to cast the Stoneforge first. If he forced the Stoneforge, I get to shove with the Thalia. So I guess if he forces the Stoneforge, it changes the math on how many elementals he has. Which does make things a little awkward. Playing against Treasure Cruise just sucks. That's a card. I'll let him make some blocks of some sort. Yeah, I have no reason to do anything. Now we just kind of sit here. Well, that's all of them. I like the idea of forcing his hand on whatever he's going to do here. If it's a bolt, pyroblast. Sure. Nice main deck card. Yeah, you killed my guy. This game is going to get weird. I guess this is a reason to have Birds of Paradise, so I can put a sword on it and kill him. Or a Batter Skull on it and kill him. So I'm drawing for, yeah, I don't know anything because he has nothing in hand. Punishing Fire probably kills him very quickly because you get to like punish the Pyro. I guess the reason you get the other Taiga is the turn I draw Punishing Fire, if I have a Grove, I get to go punish, rebuy, punish again. Cool. I like shuffling. It's good for me. That card also does nothing. Because I'll be gaining at least 4 life off the skull. Yeah, I don't know if it's delaying the inevitable. He could, like, cruise out of that, maybe. I don't really know the math on, like, really large numbers in Batterskull. I know the math on, like, just Batterskull versus, like, 13 or 14 dudes, but really large numbers, I'm not sure. Those cards are great. I don't really want this other Thalia. Teague and Pride Mage are out. Looking at it again, I might want a Pride Mage to beat, what card am I talking about real fast? Blood Moon, but I'm not sure. I'm cutting Ooze. That card's just, like, only okay here. It's kind of slow. Mystic is huge. Thalia's great. Even though I'm boarding up to a million removal spells. This might be too much removal. Shave one of each and call it a day. Also, this big, stupid Thrawn, which they probably have issues with. It's really hard to cast, though. I don't think this is the matchup I wanted in. It's a little too tempo-y. I don't want to mess with my lands against a Daze deck. I like this hand. It's not absurdly good, but Mother of Runes is pretty good. I guess we'll see if he boards in Blood Moon. If he does, I need to have a Pride Mage, but the other reason for that Pride Mage is that, or specifically to beat Blood Moon, is that I can actually get it into play via Noble Hierarch or Green Sun Zenith. Sure. This is actually like a interesting spot where I kind of want to wasteland him, but I probably don't. I mean, like, he probed before playing the Swiss Spear, though. Which implies he probably has a cantrip. And we saw the wasteland. If he Swiss Speared into a wasteland, then I have to assume that he is not cold to it, probably. Like, if he probes first and then Swiss Spears into the wasteland here, that implies to me, like, if he had a Ponder, he would have fired that off if that was his only land. And he's, like, kind of trying to induce it, because if he had the Swiss Spear first, he probably would have gone just Swiss Spear off the bat, probe. Yeah, you got me on days. What are we casting? So he did it. Yeah, he had the Ponder. So it means he probably has another land. Actually, almost surely does. Chose not to shuffle. I really dislike that. Because it means that he has things that he wants to cast. This is my opening to Punishing Fire the Swiss Spear. I'm going to take it. Because if he ever has mana up in the future, that just gets really bad. And if he wants to daze again, I can beat that. Yeah, sure. Lavamancer's a bit of a problem here. So I think the solution is this into this. I think I want the Skull, because that induces his plays. Like, getting the GT active against the Pyromancer is near impossible. He's going to Pyro down my Stoneforge. I get to waste his land and play the other Stoneforge and get the GT. Interesting. I like my new line better. Yes, as awkward as Path plus Wasteland is, sometimes you need removal spells. And if he has in other days, I will accept getting got. Do I want GT or Sword? I actually think I want Sword. My guy's probably not going to live, but I think Sword does a little more. Not shuffling again. Yeah, my guy's dead. Oh boy, that's bad for me. If he is brainstorming right here, before, uh, or like right after fetching, that is bad for me. I really don't want to make this play. Because if I just get fork bolted here, I'm pretty sure the game ends on the spot. It's not the worst. I'm not going to pop the Wasteland because if I draw another land after he fork bolts me, I can still slam the skull and hope that's enough. I think I'm okay with that. Yeah, I figured that would happen. 2, I think, is not the absolute worst place to be. I mean, it's pretty bad, but it's better than not having creatures in play. Probably dead, though. And here I just Wasteland to cut him off of being able to cantrip plus play a burn spell off the cantrip next turn. Of course, you can just cast Treasure Cruise, and I can easily die on the spot. Probably dead. Sure, that's a card. That is a pretty good draw. Not sure it actually does enough, but it does something. I can't get another... Maybe get another Wasteland. So this beats... what does this beat? I'm dead to a burn spell regardless. Not attacking beats land plus cantrip. Into cantrip. So land, cantrip, cantrip, but no burn spell. What does it lose to? Ancient Grudge? It loses to an artifact removal spell, so I think I'd rather attack. So if he plays 2 spells, I'm dead. If he doesn't, he needs a burn spell. Swift Spear plus another cantrip does it? Oh, yep, that is all of the above. Very dead. Yeah, back to sideboarding. I I don't know if that's the fight I want to fight. If he's boarding and smashes, I think I can just take this card out. It didn't actually feel that exceptional. Like, this takes over games, the skull takes over games, but this card is just kind of like a threat. Does stuff. Doesn't kill him. Or doesn't, like, actually kill all of his things the way GTA... I mean, it doesn't stabilize, is the problem. But Path gives him so many resources. Cannot keep that. Especially against the Gataxian Probe deck. He's just like, oh, Probe, bolt your guy. I mean, he's just going to bolt my guy anyways to start with, so... So, this should actually have fetched at some point. That I wasn't thinking. I'm going to play Wasteland, and then try to sports his guy. The special. I mean, it's better than the card it would have been, which is the Sword of Fire and Ice that does nothing. Yeah, so I'd like to do this because it gives me the highest chance of just, like, randomly winning the game for no reason. Which it didn't. I think I'm going to cast the Punishing Fire here. Yep. So the logic there was that if I cast the Thalia first, I'm shutting off my ability to cast that in the potential near future. That's not what I wanted. Ugh. Yeah, I'll cast this card. Hopefully I can get him with the card he doesn't know about. Yeah, that's fine. Sure. Don't know if the sequencing's right, but I think I can get more out of this Fiery Justice, and I think I need to get more out of this Fiery Justice to win. So we're on the blind flip for Delver. Good. I like that. He did not reveal. Good. Sure. Also fine. He doesn't know it's coming. Oh my gosh. It's sad that I'm wasting a trigger on this. I was really hoping I could. Eh. Yeah, if I drew another land, I could pay for days if he has it. But also get back Punishing Fire. And we're targeting his Swiss Spear for 3 because him gaining the 1 life, not too huge. More important is if he had anything in response, we would be completely blown out. Well, that's 1 vote for that card. Just get that guy out of here right now. Just not even gonna try to play that game. Sure, you got a guy. We're gonna save the Zenith for another land to find a knight. It's not a good 2-target in the deck anymore. I guess I could get a Ooze. Ooze is actually really good right here. I like getting an Ooze next turn. Even if I hit a land, I think I like getting an Ooze. Knight's a 4? Ew. Fine. I see how it is. Just going to grow this right now so there's no concerns with Forked Bolt off the top. Boo. I don't need to see my graveyard. I know there's a Punishing Fire and that my knight is a 4. Double boo. If he names Mom, I chump with Mom. If he names Ooze, I get to pro-color it with Mom. Okay, I've seen worse. I'm trying really hard to fight against all of his really good cards. That's probably one of the best lands I could draw. However, this does mean that he does not have a Treasure Cruise in his cards. Hope that one is big enough. Kind of want to knight up a Grove. I kind of don't want to play this Taiga either, because I have this like slight hidden fear that he has Price of Progress in his deck. Green. Maybe I can wiggle my way out of Price of Progress range somehow. That involves this knight. Then I probably want to gun that here? Maybe at the actual chump blocker. I don't want to like just get bolted with the bolt that he's going to target my face with anyways, and then lose my. Yeah, that sounds terrible. Sweet. Yeah, because end of turn I would. Oh, right on time. Yeah, let's think about that. So next turn. So the logic with bashing with the knight there is that now that I have the grove, I can put him into a situation, or like I'm kind of stable. I have the grove to like do things and interact, and then next turn I can put him into a scenario where he has to block with the Swift Spear, and then put him to like completely dead with no creatures in play in two. Though I think just groving back fire and firing him also does that without attacking with the ooze too. Worth noting that you can play around Price of Progress with all these cards, though. It's possible I could have saved the knight for a little longer to play around it more, but I guess via price, I feel like it's gonna like bolt price. Even if I have, I guess I could knight for another wasteland and do that, but like it's bolt price is under a lot of situations just gonna kill me anyways, so not worth it.